You too. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So today we are discussing the top three killers in Nigeria, and how we can conquer them. This topic is really very dear to me, and I think it should be dear to anybody that have it in mind to contribute to this country in one way or the other. We have passed the stage where everything should be left to government to tackle. We need to be our brothers, our sisters' keeper, our parents' keeper, our children's keeper, not just our immediate children, but those around us, the children of our friends, of our family, and everybody. We all need to take care of everybody. And for us to take care, to add value one way or the other, we need to tackle what the data is telling us. We can't just decide that these are the top three killers if you have not seen data to let us see this is actually what is happening in the world. So nobody just came to the conclusion of saying these are the top three killers. Is because we have seen it in data, we have seen it in the hospitals, we have seen it in ourselves, we have seen it in our churches, we have seen it in our mosque, that almost everybody around us has this problem we want to discuss tonight. Okay, ma, I will not mind if I get the slides now. Dr. Aino, can we have the slides, ma? So this brings me to the three topics we want to discuss tonight. The top three killers. Hello, sir. Nice to have you here, CM. It's good to have you here, sir. So the top three killers are hypertension, diabetes, poverty. Those three things are very, very dangerous to all of us. I lost a friend sometimes around September, October, thereabouts. This is someone that we see a lot, and one day he walked into where we are, and I saw how reddish the eye is looking, and I told him that I think you have hypertension, that you should quickly go check your BP. He laughed at me that he doesn't have hypertension. I said, when last did you check? Apparently he has not been checking, and he started medications, and he was in compliance with that medication. The next 1 or 2 weeks after we have that conversation, he's dead. And this is the same story that we have almost all the time, because people don't take their health into cognizance. So I'm presenting to you hypertension as the number one top killer in Nigeria today. Hypertension. Can we have the next slide, ma? Yeah. Hypertension, the next. So what exactly is hypertension? All of us know hypertension is not new to us. Like I said, if you look at your right or look at your left, no matter, it depends on who is beside you, at least one of the three people there is going to be hypertensive. That shows you that at least 1 in every 3 people have hypertension. As we are in this room tonight, a lot of people have hypertension. In our workplace, a lot of people have hypertension. It is everywhere. That is what statistics is saying. And the beautiful thing about data is it does not lie. Nobody can just play with when it does not lie. So 1 in every 3 is hypertensive. And what exactly is hypertension? Is when your blood pressure is more than 140 all over 90. And it's not just more than 140 all over 90. There are a lot of determinants that talk about this hypertension. That some people, you might just be 140 over 90 and it's hypertension for you. So we look at the things that determines what the blood pressure looks like, about your age, your race, your height, your sex. All those things determine how we can divide you into being hypertensive and not being hypertensive. The family history is another important factor to look at in this hypertensive thing. A lot of people are hypertensive because there's family history of hypertension, either from the dad, the mom, or from the 5th generation, but somewhere in the genealogy, a lot of people are hypertensive. Can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So hypertension is really something we need to take seriously. And we tell everybody that, how do you know if you're hypertensive? Unfortunately, majority of the people don't have any single symptoms of this hypertension. Nothing at all. Nothing. And that's why we say most people are walking corpse when it comes to hypertension, because someone will just be walking and will just fall down and collapse. And next thing you hear is that, it's because you owe someone money. someone is doing him in the family. The father has 2 wives, a lot of stories. Meanwhile, this person is hypertensive, he has not been checking. So the only way we can all know if either you are hypertensive or not is to get your blood pressure checked. You should at least check your blood pressure either once weekly, once 2 weekly, twice monthly, depending on the risk factors that you have. Is there a family history of hypertension in your family? Is there someone that is very, very close to your family lineage, maybe your uncle, your sister, your aunt, or something that's hypertensive? Are you obese? Do you drink? Do you smoke? How healthy are the foods you are eating? Those factors put you on the risk of having hypertension. So we need to check. And the good news is that it is not bad news all the way. When you check and you know your blood pressure, you can actually curb it even without using medication. There are a lot of things you can do to stop this hypertension. There are exercises that you can do. There are diets that you can be put on. There's a lot of things you can do to make this hypertension go away. So that is that about hypertension. So what are the takeaways on this hypertension? 1, get your blood pressure checked regularly. Number 1. Number 2, try to do an annual check that involves your checking of your hypertension. Number 3, get a healthy lifestyle. Do exercise, eat rightly, jog, and maintain a DASH diet. I'm going to go on DASH diet after I speak on diabetes. I'll go on what that DASH diet is all about. So let me quickly move into diabetes so I don't waste our time. Diabetes 2, there's this thing that says that there's a research that says that 1 out of every 17 people has diabetes. Either an adult or children, they all have hypertension. In that ratio, 1 in every 17. So I illustrated something here that if you have 20 people in an office, certainly 1 of them has diabetes, and maybe more than 1, if they are up to 20, has diabetes. And it is no more an history of either someone is young or is an adult. Before, these things used to be when someone is old. We don't normally hear this thing about the young people. But now we have something we call MODY, M-O-D-Y. That's diabetic of the young. That is depends on the risk factor that they have from the family or from the children, or maybe the genetic makeup. So what exactly is diabetes? It is when you have an elevated blood sugar. There are different types of diabetics. There is the one of type 1, there's the one of type 2, there's the one of impaired glucose tolerance before it's now moved to diabetes. There's the one of pregnant people that we call the gestational diabetes. Can I have the next slide, ma? Yeah. We have the one gestational diabetes. So gestational diabetes happen in pregnant people that are not even diabetic before. And when they are pregnant, you just move to that stage of them having diabetes. And before you know it, it affects a lot of things. What are the things it can affect? The baby come out small. The baby have genetic abnormalities. The baby have a lot of issues. They have big babies that if they don't feed on time, baby might die almost immediately. The person become prone to infection and a whole lot of other dirty things that happen with this gestational diabetes. How do we know when we have diabetes? Like I said, you can have some symptoms like what we call in medicine, polyuria, polydipsia, and all that. Polyuria means you want to take a lot of water. Polyuria, polydipsia, you'll be passing urine a lot of time. Another one is that you might be losing weight. Another one that you might having a lot of boils and all this in your body. When you see any of these signs, go and check your blood sugar. Because if you detect early, it can be caught before it gets very bad and you start being placed on insulin and a lot of things. And I tell people that the early detection is really very key. Guess what? If they detect this very, very early, ordinary exercise alone can reduce your blood sugar before getting to a very, very difficult level. Then they can start putting you on diets, what the things you are going to eat, but don't eat this, eat this. This is the time you are supposed to eat, then on medication and all these little things for it to make it not progress to that side. And of course, there are a lot of natural things that plays a very key role when it comes to this diabetes and hypertension. We are going to get to that later. So that is the number 2 killer disease in Nigeria. So I want to go to number 3. And before I go to number 3, let us look at this health impact. Let's stay on this place. What are the health impacts of all these things? It can damage the eyes. It can damage the brain. It can damage the blood vessels. It can damage the heart. It can cause a lot of complications. And like we said that if you don't tackle this thing at the nutrition and prevention level, by the intervention level, you are spending a lot of money. So when we are at the stage where we can stop this to pick it early, it is better we do whatever we can do to curb it. And one of those basic things is we need to get tested. We need to get yearly medical checkup on that, what we call the health assessment. We need to do these things as frequently as possible, maybe yearly, maybe once in every 2 years, depending on the risk factors we have in our family. I know the kind of risk factors I have in my family. I know the things I need to check. I know the kind of lifestyle modification I need to do. And when I do those things, it gets better accordingly. Next slide, Ma. Let's move to the next slide. So I've already mentioned prevention. Prevention is key. Let's go to the next slide. Prevention is really very key. Then poverty is the next thing I want us to look at. Poverty. In as much as hypertension and diabetics are really, really very, very important, we cannot overemphasize how poverty has been killing our people in Nigeria. Poverty is a very dangerous killer in this country. And how is that? Poverty can make you develop diabetes. Poverty can make you develop hypertension. Poverty can make you to go depressed. Poverty can make you to be unkind to the people around you. Poverty will not make you to be able to show your love to the loved ones. So you'll not be able to express yourself. And there's a statistics, a beautiful one that I've put here, that 1 out of every 17 Nigeria, no, that's one for diabetes. For poverty, there's a fantastic one that said that about 40% of Nigeria are living at 137,430 per year. That means less than 150,000 per annum. Do you imagine? Can you see what that means? That means more than 40% of our people earn less than 150,000 in a year. If you divide that by 12, that is around 10,000 thereabouts, maybe around 12,000 thereabouts in 1 year per month. So what will someone do with 12,000 in a month? What is the person going to buy? Poverty is a serious issue in Nigeria, and it's not because people are not trying. People are trying to do business, it is not doing well. People are trying to do investment, it is not doing well. People are always trying so much to get things done on their own. But one way or the other, it is never doing well because of the way they are going through these things. What is the solution to this? Is there a way we can, of course, we know that for poverty, for diabetes, for hypertension, you can do your DASH diet. The DASH diet is a dietary attempt to stop hypertension, DASH, dietary attempt to stop hypertension. And what does the DASH diet say for hypertension and diabetes? It says that take food that are low in sodium. For example, your salt. Take food that is very high in potassium, magnesium, and calcium. So where do you get all this food for your DASH diet? You can get them in a whole lot of things. Number 1 is vegetable. Take a lot of vegetable. Number 2 is take a lot of fresh fruits, a little bit of legumes, a little bit of nuts, take a little bit of poultry, and reduce your red meat that you use. Reduce your carbohydrate level that you use. Reduce your fat level that you use, especially fast. The fat level must be increased. When you take all these things together, it comes to be your DASH diet. And the DASH diet is not just to stop hypertension, it's to stop diabetes, osteoporosis, cancer, stroke, and a lot of things. So DASH diet is very key to prevent hypertension and diabetes. Very, very important. Now for poverty, what is the solution for this? Let's have the next slide, man. There's a slide that shows how people have been doing business and what has been happening. It says that more than a particular percentage. I want the next slide, man. The next slide. The next slide after this. Okay, no, not this. Go back, man. Go back, man. There's one of the slides that talk about the percentage number of people that start business, that more than 4 million Nigerians, they start small scale business, and within the first 5 years, the business is dead. Within the first 5 years, the business is dead. And it is not even good news for the other people that are able to survive that first 5 years. That the remaining people that are able to survive, after that 5 years, the next 5 years, 80% of such business are dead. So people are making attempts to do small scale business, either from their Instagram, on their Facebook. Everybody is trying to sell, everybody trying to do something, open hairdressing salon, trying to do vulcanizer. People are doing quite a lot to make money. And because of these statistics, we can see why people are not getting anywhere. Before the first year, some of these businesses are dead. Before 5 years, majority are dead. And by 10 years, almost all those businesses are dead. That is because most of us have not learned to apply leverage to our business. Most of us are doing business as a DIY. You are doing business as a do-it-yourself. You are doing business like you know what to do on your own. But nobody taught these things in school. Even those that have gone to school to read business admin were not actually taught how to make money and how to be financially free. But I bring to you good tidings today. Something that will open your eyes just the way I discovered some years ago. Can I get the next slide, ma? Something that I discovered some like 1-2 years ago, and it has been playing a significant role in the way I drive my small scale business that is not going to be a small scale anymore. Let's move to the next slide, man. The next slide. So one day I made a shocking discovery. So what is this discovery that I made about my business that is not going to make me have to be part of this percentage that drop out in the first year, or those that drop out in the 5th year, or those that actually lose this business in the first 10 years and the business is not existing anymore? The next slide. So I discovered that my financial goals have been wrong all this while. The next slide, ma. I discovered that my financial goals have been wrong. I've been doing it wrongly. And because I've been doing it wrongly, the poverty comes in. Before the poverty comes in, as the poverty comes in, it leads you to a stage of having any of these diseases, diabetes, hypertension, depression, mental disease, and all that. So you need to first understand that what are your financial goals? How do you want to set these goals? How many things in your life do you have financial goals for? Do you have financial goals for your family? Are you setting the goals appropriately? How are you going about achieving these goals that you have set for yourself? Let's move to the next slide, man. So I know that do I afford to pay for the price of change? I have to change and discover that I didn't have the price for change. And if you look at this picture, this person is crying because he does not have what it takes to be able to effect the change that he needs. And that is the same story with a lot of us. A lot of us don't know the right thing to do to be able to achieve this. A lot of us don't know the right formula to be able to become wealthy. There's a formula that I love so much that says wealth is equal to BKN, where your wealth is equal to value that you are adding to number of people you're adding this value to and the coefficient of perception of this value. Those are the little things you need to know to be able to pay the right price for the change you need to do. Because change is a constant, and if you want change, if you want something to be changed in your life, you want financial freedom, it has to be spelled as a change. Something must give for something to come. Can I get the next slide, ma? So I learned that there are 5 ways that I can get money. There are 5 ways. One of it is real estate. Real estate, all of us know real estate makes a lot of money. You can make a lot of money by selling properties, by hooking up people to sell property and take commission and all that. But if you want to invest in real estate, you need to start with a lot of dollars. If you try to access it in dollars, because I want to believe not everybody is just Nigerian, some people are not Nigerian. If you look at the amount of dollars you are going to need, next slide, ma, you are going to need nothing less than between $500,000 to maybe $800,000 to make an investment that will give you $2,000 per month. Let me bring that home. For you to be able to say you are going to have the property that's giving like 2 million naira rent per month, you probably need to spend maybe like roughly about 80 million in buying the land and building the house. Then maybe you now start collecting maybe 500,000, 600,000 per month as rent in 4-bedroom flats to give you 2 million or 2.5 million. You must have spent about 80 million, which the 2 million itself in a 1 month in 1 year does not make you financially free. 2 million does not make most of us in this room today to be financially free. So if you want multiple of that 2 million, that means you need to build maybe like 5 houses, 6 houses, and many more. And that's about how much 80 million times 5. How many of us here tonight can afford to make such investment to be financially free? 80 million in 5 places to be collecting 2.5 million in 5 places so you can be financially free. I know my pocket, you know your pockets. We all answer that question in our mind. I move to the next one, which is paper investment. We all know what paper investment is: stocks, bonds, and a whole lot of all these things. So this is another smart way to make money. There's good money in it, but for you to make good money in it, you need to have put a lot of money. I have seen the time that they will send me dividends to come and take dividend from my stock this thing that I bought. I'll see 5 naira, 10 naira. I'll see all those things. But for you to make good money in all these things, you must invest a lot of money for money to come from paper investment. The same thing as intellectual property. Not all of us can be Davido. Not all of us can be Burna Boy and win Grammy. Not all of us can write a book and make so much money from it. Even if your book is quite good, how many copies are you going to sell? To sell copies of book, required a lot of things. A lot of people have written books and they have to give it away free of charge. So you have to be very strategic to make money from intellectual property, and it's so difficult. Very, very difficult. For every Davido you have heard today, there are so many people that have not come out that did not blow. So it may be 1 in every 1 million of those people blow and make a lot of money. So intellectual property is difficult. And a lot of fellas outside there that we didn't hear about them that never come out with their music. So that is difficult to do. Then I go to look at network marketing. Network marketing, what do you need to do to be able to make money from network marketing? He said you must be willing to learn, you must be willing to persevere, you must be ready to build an organization, and you must know that it is not something you are coming in today and you are becoming million next 1 month or 3 months. It's a process, it's a building that you have to start from foundation and raise to a particular level. You need to learn. If you are ready to pay the price of learning, network marketing is a good place to start. Automated business, a lot of people have made so much money from automated business, a lot of money, but how many of us can actually have this patience and the skills and the capital and a lot of money that is needed for you to start your automated business and make money like Dangote and make money like Otedola and all these other people? It takes quite a lot to do. But the good news is this: you can actually play in any of these fields. I play in the real estate place. I play in the paper investment. I'm trying to do my best in the intellectual property space. I'm playing the network marketing, automated business. I'm trying to do 1 or 2 things in that space. I play in a lot of that place. But the good thing is that you can actually start in network marketing because it gives you a small place to start with little or no money, and you build and scale up from there. And when you make money in the period of like 3 to 5 years, you can invest in any of these places, even before that 3 years, as you are starting gradually. This gives you a level playing ground for you to build whatever you want to build, starting from low income opportunity. Next slide, ma. So you can start with low money, with this small money, and move up from there. All you need is that I'll be able to build network with your friends and family. You want to learn how to build business, and it allows you to use leverage to get involved in other business like real estate, as I mentioned. Let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide, ma'am. So what exactly is this multi-level marketing, and how can we make money from this? And why do people like us advocate that people should go into network marketing? Because a lot of people have said it that I've done network marketing before. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Guess what? All of us have been in this position before. Before 2 years' time, 2 years ago, in 2 years' time, before going to the back retrospectively, you can never tell me to come and do network marketing and I'll listen to you because of all the stories that I've heard. It's not like I've actually been so involved in it myself, but I've heard stories from one person to the other, different stories that I've heard that never made me want to come into that industry. But instead of us allowing our background to put our back on the ground from what people say the ear says, why don't we try to learn this thing ourselves? Why don't you act at the position of knowing instead from the position of hearing? Network marketing is simple. It's just you trying to build your own organization in another organization. You can look at it this way. You trying to build your own ShopRite. You trying to build your own network of distributor using your friends, family, and the people around you. Many a times, a lot of us have introduced people to something and nobody pays you for it. The phone I'm using now, I don't like iPhone before. I don't like Apple before. I say I'm a Samsung person. I like Notes. I like this. I like that. But someone told me about it that I should start using it. I started using it. Did Apple pay this person anything? I don't think so. If you see a fine TV in one house, you want to buy the TV, and someone introduces you to it, you go there, you buy Samsung TV. The Samsung pay the person that refer you? No. And same thing apply to the church we go, the place we make our hair, the kind of cars we use, and a lot of things. Nobody gets to pay us for this. And at the same time, people keep saying that I cannot do referral. I cannot do referral. But you have been referring people for a lot of things and not getting paid. Are there people that are doing this wrongly? Are there scam? Yes. You know a scam when there's a company that calls itself MLM and does not have a product or service of value that is rendering to anybody. Such people are scam. And a lot of people have been involved. The common one that all of us know is MMM. When we ask ourselves today that what product or service of value is MLM giving than you bringing your friend, bringing your sister to come and put money and you send money to someone in 2 weeks? No value, no product, nothing. And some people others say that I've done network marketing in the past, I've done this company, I've done this company. A lot of the first generation network marketing company. You ask them that, What exactly did you give into it? Did you learn anything? How many network marketing books have you read? How many seminars have you gone for? How and what did you put into it for you to be able to get the returns you expect to get? The truth is that there is no free lunch in Freetown. You must work. This is business, and it must be treated as a real business. It is not that anybody is giving you money free of charge, but it is you trying to multiply your efforts using a lot of people to build something together. You are not doing it alone. Let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide. So let's stay here a little bit. So what do you need to do in network marketing? 5 things. Sponsoring. You must be ready to sponsor someone. And what does it mean to sponsor someone? Sponsoring someone doesn't mean you are paying for that person. Sponsoring someone means that you must be responsible to teach this person all the things you know and many more so that the person can build the business on his own. You must be committed. You must be ready to give that commitment, because whatever you are not committed to does not bring anything. Facebook will not be Facebook today if Zuckerberg is not committed to make it to be what it is today. Then willingness. You must be willing to help others to build a business. Because guess what? If you try to just do it on your own and you are not willing to let another person to move up, your business will not grow. You must be ready to support your team member to be able to replicate whatever you are doing, so that it's not only you, but your effort is being multiplied in multiple places. And before you know it, the business goes beyond your own imagination, and you start reaping the dividend of what you have sold maybe in the past 1, 2, 3 years, and it's going to be phenomenal what you are going to get from this. Another thing, you must be responsible. You must be responsible to teach your sponsors and be responsible to bring them to the business and let everybody understand what the business is about. Be responsible for them. Be ready to hold their hand and help them to climb the ladder. Let's go to the next slide, man. So look, this napkin presentation just shows how network marketing works. It's a function of, let's say I come in today with my wife. 2 of us decide to bring in just 2 people. Not that we are selling products to them. We say, okay, this product that we have used is working for us. You to use it if you like it. Buy directly from the company instead of buying from me. So 2 of us bring 2 people that's doing the same thing we are doing. Not that they are selling product and selling product. The 2 of us becomes 4. So let's say these 4 people decide to do the same thing. The 4 people now bring 2 each. That becomes 8. These 8 people decide to bring 2 each. It becomes 16. Something interesting is going to happen. Let's go to the next slide. This is just 2 people bringing 2. Imagine they say, okay, instead of me and my wife just starting, let's say me, my wife, and my brother. So 3 of us. What has changed is just 1 person. So 3 of us now decide to bring in 3 people that is doing the exact same thing that we are doing. So 3 of those people bring 3, it becomes 9. 9 brings 3 again, becomes 27. 27 brings 3, becomes 81. Now let's look at the difference. The first, at this stage here, that's at the third generation. It was 16 when we are doing power of 2. It becomes 81 when we are doing power of 3. And what exactly changed? Just 1 person. Initially, I started with my wife to do the same thing. Remember, nobody is selling products here. We are using the products for ourselves. We are consuming it, and we have seen that it's working. We told my brother about it that did the same thing. And just because of that 1 difference, instead of 16, it becomes 81. The difference of that is 65. So let's move to the next slide. So if we now scale it further again, and instead of 3, we decide to do 41 or 4, power of 4, like what we are doing in Green Monday. With power of 4, at that same level of where it was 1681, it becomes 256 and becomes 240 different. Imagine if all you are making from these people is just $1, and each one of them is able to sell or distribute and refer people that sell or tell people that can do what you have done when you start at level 2 at this stage of 16 that becomes 256. The income you are going to make from these 256 people is fantastic. And not just you, your brother, your sister, the person you bring in, and it goes down to the generation like that. Nobody is selling actively because it is easy to see multiple people, that a lot of people that are consuming this product and taking it themselves, than to see 1 person that wants to sell 1 million bottles of whichever product you want to distribute. So all of us can just do little and multiply it to a lot than 1 person trying to sell. So I tell people, this is not a business of selling. It's a business of building an organization that is going to outlive you. Let's go to the next slide. So we all see this slide. I am with a company today that I want to tell us about. The thing I said earlier on is what works for every network marketing that is serious. The ones that are serious, that is ready to offer a product of value, or a service of value. So look at this picture. Look at how beautiful it's looking. This is sponsored by Green Monday, the same sponsor of the t-shirt I'm wearing, and they are sponsoring this health program we are doing today. Sponsored by Green Mondays. And look at these are the fantastic things. You can see holidays, you can see beautiful cars, you can see vacation, you can see money, and you can see the lovely reader products here. These are one of the fantastic things you can get from this opportunity. Let's go. What does this opportunity offer? So what do you benefit when you come to this opportunity? Please come down. What are the benefits of when you come in? You are going to get a personalized website where you can do your business. That is worth about $200. You are going to get distributorship of natural health products. These health products are very important. Why? I mentioned about hypertension and diabetes, the way it starts, and why everything origin can be traced to poverty. These products have performed wonderfully for people that have hypertension and diabetes. I've used it for my high blood pressure. I'm no more hypertensive. I'm not using it anymore for that. I'm just using it for well-being. I've used it for when I have COVID-19 to boost my immunity. It is a fantastic product. In fact, it is wicked for anybody to know about this product and don't tell anybody. Let's even forget the fact that you can even make money from it. But you know that this product is doing all these phenomenal things and you don't tell anybody. Sir or ma, you are wicked. You must tell people about this product. So you get distributors of that natural health product. You get agency opportunity, real estate, travels, and a lot of things. You get personal development opportunities. A lot of us have developed since we joined this business. We have moved from one stage to the other, even in our individual careers, in our personal growth and all that. We have moved a lot. There are so many opportunities. Then you get enjoyment opportunity to travel, see the world, make new friends. I've made so much friends since I joined this program. I've made so many other things I never expected that I can do with this program. And guess what? Now we have other things that have connected to this. One of it is the Doctor Connect Health Program. We said there's a research that was done that hypertension and diabetes is even made worse because people are not able to check. With our Doctor Connect partnership in Green Monday, you can have opportunity to do your yearly health check. You can have opportunity to get devices that you can do DIY yourself and talk to doctor directly about your health issue. These are fantastic opportunities that we have in this product, one of its kind in Africa, because this is the first network marketing company that is starting from Nigeria and has moved to the world. Let's go to the next slide, man. So what are the products? We have a lot of products. We have the body wash. You have the Reader Bitters, which is our flagship product. We have the Restore, the Fire, the Fat Burner. The Restore is for women. The Fire is for men that work for hypertension, that work for prostate, that work for low libido. A lot of people that have been on this Restore for Women has told us testimony about pregnancy. I've seen one from the people I've managed. I keep seeing testimony all the time. We have the Fat Burner for people that want to lose weight. We have the balm. Our balm is magical. The balm is very magical for back pain, for headache, for cough, for cold and rigors. This can compete with the top products in the world, not just Nigerian products. And we have disinfectants, we have hand sanitizer, we have bouquets of products. These are not products that you say people don't need. These are products that people need all the time. Within 2 years, we have been able to get all these products. Guess what? We are not stopping there. Our toothpaste is coming. Our tea is coming. A lot of other products are on the way. And this is a company that is FDA certified, ISO certified, halal approved, NAFDAC approved. We have all the approval. Why? Because we are not just looking at the Nigerian market. In the space of 2 years, you have been able to move to 16 different countries. 16 different countries because we are internationally oriented. We are not just sitting as a local champion. We are moving to a level that is beyond what the average eye can see now. This is the reason why it is the right time to key into this opportunity. Next slide. So what does this product do? How do they work? I'm just going to do a brief description of that because that's a whole lot of topic on its own. These products are antioxidant and they work on oxidative stress. Oxidative stress have been shown to affect a lot of things. And what causes oxidative stress? From your diet, medication, to pollution, to smoking, to lack of exercise, to too much of exercise, to alcohol, to a whole lot of things. And when we have seen that through our clinical and preclinical research that we have done in this company, we have seen that antioxidants can actually work at the cellular level to reduce the oxidative stress in the body and cure whatever it is that is wrong with you. And whatever it is that has not manifested, it prevents it from coming, working for well-being. We are not marketing this as a product that won't cure all for all diseases, but it depends on where your oxidative stress is happening. For some people, it's in the brain, they ask causing stroke. Some people it's arthritis. Some people it's fibroid. It depends on where the oxidative problem is happening, and this thing tackles it at the cellular level. Rather than most drug that works at the organ level, this takes care of it at the cellular level. Let's go to the next slide. So you can see where the free radicals are. Whatever they are in the skin, it does this thing. This is what it do in the skin. In the joints, it gives you arthritis. In the lung, asthma and emphysema and all that. In different parts of the body, in the immune, it is phenomenal for building your immune system. When you're on this reader about bitters, you don't take any other antioxidant or anything again. This is going to take care of it. I'll tell my people that our antioxidant liquid is phenomenal in building your immunity. There are testimonies for it. The testimonies are a lot. If we have time today, we might give one or two testimonies if possible. Next slide, please. So how do you key into this opportunity? Remember, we are starting from disease to poverty to how we can tackle it using our leverage system. How can you key into it? There is a way you can come in as a VIP. I tell people the best way to come into this business is as a VIP member with 750,000. That gives you opportunity to earn 2% of our global profits. You share from it and you position yourself as a shareholder in this company. This is a company that has moved to 16 different countries in 2 years. You can imagine what's going to happen in the next 5 years, the next 10 years. You are building for yourself. You are building for your family. This is not a business you do. And if they don't pay you pension, you will want to die or start queuing up and down to collect pension. With this business, you don't need anybody's pension. You have built your own pension in 3 to 5 years, maximum 7 years, depending on how you are ready to build your business and the place you want to set up your team. So the Platinum gives you opportunity to earn 1% of the global profit, and that's 400,000. The VIP is 750,000. You said the Gold. I tell people that the least you should start with this business is Gold, because as a Gold, you are positioning yourself at the mid-level, not to the Silver or the Bronze, not to the Platinum, the VIP, but you are at the mid-level. That means you can actually play in an advanced level as fast as you want to play. So that's 140,000. We have Silver, we have Bronze too. And guess what? For every way you enter, you are going to get products that is worth more than your money. So it's not like you are coming to just give this company your money. You pay them the money, they give you product that is worth more than the amount you paid. So technically, registration is free. And when you register, you start building your team. Next slide. So these are the registration options and what you get. You get all these products depending on the level you enter. And don't forget, bigger is always better. Next slide, please. So how do I make money? How can this thing help me to break poverty? This is one of the only companies that pays you in 13 different ways. A lot of companies that are saying they do the same thing, they either pay you through Matrix alone or they pay you through Unilevel alone, but they don't pay you through all this way that this company is paying you. And guess what? Immediately you start making money from the beginning. From the beginning, you start making money from the instant reward. And the team start building. As you build your team, you start making money from your team. Maybe the two people that comes in tell other people to do the same thing, and the team keep expanding. And you pay in 13 different ways: the global share, the matrix, the retail profit, the leadership. Some people, all they want to do in this business is that they want to retail. Is that a crime? No. Nobody says it's a crime for you to just retail this product. But what we are saying is that differentiate yourself from people that are just selling products online. Make yourself a team builder. Build a leverage team. As I'm doing this presentation, I have team in UK, I have in Canada, I have in US, I have in Ife, I have in Cotonou, I have different places. If I look into my back office, I must have earned something. That is because I did not just focus on retail sale alone, because I've learned how to build a leverage system that works without me being there. It is called a system using leverage. Let's go to the next slide, ma. So we said their active income, their passive income, their leverage income. And guess what? Where you want to position yourself is not just to earn actively. Position to earn in both ways, both passive, both leverage, both active. Don't stay in the active space alone. Let's move to the next slide. So this is what you earn if you start building your team. There's this table that shows you what you do in Power of 4, and there's possibility that you are going to earn up to 13 billion if you build this team. And this depends on how you want to build. If you look at that, that's about 13 billion under the personal bonus, and you look down at level 12. So I tell people that you can determine the way you want to build your team. Do you want to start building every month? You want to start bringing in 4 people or 2 people every week? It depends on how you want to build your team. Some people can drive this business in 1 year. Some people can drive it in 2 years. Some people can drive it in 4 years. So imagine you drive this business for 5 years, and at the end of 5 years, you have 13 billion. Let's say you fail and you can only do 10% of that. 10% of 13 billion in 4 years. What are you doing right now that's going to give you this amount of money? This does not even stop you from doing whatever work you are doing. I'm a doctor, I'm a medical doctor. I still work in my work. I still do other small things I do. And I know I belong to this family. I keep pushing this up every time that I need to push it. That is what Green Monday gives you. The opportunity for you to learn, earn, and improve your personality. And you make so much money trying to build this. This is 13 billion. It's not 13 million. Look at this table. You can achieve it over a period of time. Can you not do anything and achieve this? No. You must work, you must learn. And guess what? The person that introduced you is going to guide you, direct you, show you how to build your team with the power of 4, build to bedrock. Don't stay on just selling alone, and you are going to earn phenomenal income. At the level of 5-star Ruby director in this company, people will be earning 22 million naira every single month. 22 million naira every single month. Yes, you hear me right. Can we go to the next slide? Let's have the next slide. Next slide, ma. So all the things I've even talked about, the GMX potential is not there. The GMX potential depends on how much product is moving with your team as they do GMX every month. And this can be as much as you making 33 million perpetually every month from the activity that is happening in your team. And some people say it's only the people at the top that makes money. It is not true. I have an upline that is building a business. I'm building my business in my own. I have a downline that is building a business. We are all building our business. The fact that my upline is in this level does not mean I cannot get there. Build your business the way you want to build your business. So if you have not done this business before, you're about coming in and someone is telling you that it's the people at the top that makes money, it is not true. Your being at the top is a value system you want to place on yourself and a responsibility of how you want to build your team. Your upline does not determine what you earn. Your company does not determine what you earn. So far, it's a reliable company. They have the values and they have the experience to build a network marketing organization, and you're partner with them. You build whatever you want to achieve in this business, yourself, your goal, your dream. Next slide, man. So you said that, that's what I said, that the strategy depends on how you want to do this. Do you want to do this every 4 months? Do you want to do this weekly? Do you want to do this monthly? You can do it any amount, any way you try to do it yourself. It is your goal, it is your call, but you have us here to help you to build. You have the person that invites you here to help you to build. You have the company to give you training and all the things you need to build this organization. So ladies and gentlemen, the question today is, are you qualified to do this? Are you ready to build this organization yourself? And if you are ready to build this organization, hold the hand of the person that introduced you to this business. Don't let the person go. Let the person teach you what to do. It is not just about registering, because a lot of people have registered for other network marketing and didn't do well. Are you ready to build using the power of 4, applying leverage, and ready to learn? If you are ready and you know people that are ready to do the same thing and earn for phenomenal income, that means you are qualified. This brings us to the end of our presentation today. Thank you for having me, and I'm happy you are here today. Dr. Fumi, I know, are you there?
Yeah, wow. Thank you so much. You are living true to your name, fire. Only fire. Thank you so much. This was a wonderful presentation. Now, can we recognize our guests in the house? If you're a guest, somebody invited you, please type "I am a guest" so that we can welcome you. But while you're typing, does anybody have any questions? We have a couple more minutes. Do we have any questions?
Tiwalade Richard.
Tiwalade Richard, you're very welcome. You're most welcome. Please hold on to the person who invited you and let them show you how to come on board. You can come on board tonight, and by tomorrow, you can have your guests in the house. Yeah. So do we have any questions?
Any question?
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Well, Dr. Onifade, thank you so much once again. And I thank everyone who is here. Are we saying there's only one guest here, or are we shy? Let's not be shy. This is a family. You know, we're happy to have you, and you're in good hands. So if you're a guest, please type it there. But in the absence of that, we shall start winding down. Oh, I'm a guest.
Akurekom member. Akurekom.
Member. Okay. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Please, your name is saying member, so by tonight you should stop being a guest. Yeah, you're very welcome. So yeah, so we will gradually wind down. I will give us some music after we stop.
Thank you, Mrs. Felicia.